Imagine walking alone through a cemetery late at night. This paranormal investigator went to a graveyard that is surrounded by macabre legends, and what he captured on video himself is simply chilling. Pay close attention.
Damn.
Something is moving here.
Something is moving here.
Ah, no way! No way. No way! Oh, damn. What's up?
Do you want to play?
Girl.
Oh my God.
No way! Girl! Come here!
I have a little cart for you.
Neil.
Many experts claim that child ghosts don't exist, that they're actually much darker entities disguised as innocence. But look closely here, pay attention to the ground. The girl has no shadow. A child alone at night in a cemetery is already something very disturbing, but that lack of a shadow screams to us that what we're seeing is definitely not human. Tell me, would you have approached? Working the night shift is already unsettling enough on its own, but doing it in an old children's psychiatric hospital in Maine is definitely another level. Jess is a nurse, and one night while walking down a completely silent hallway, she decided to record.
Well, there's no one here, right? There's no one here. What is that? Because that's not me. This is me moving, closing the door. What is that? And here comes the door opening again. And there's no one there. But yet. Hello?
As you can see, she was completely alone, or at least that's what she thought. On the screen, we see Jess in front of a large mirror, and she herself says there's no one here. But when the reflection is focused, look closely. Right behind her, a tall, dark humanoid figure rises. It doesn't move. It doesn't speak. It just stares at her intently. Jess turned around terrified, expecting to find someone, but the hallway was deserted. No shadows, no footsteps, absolutely nothing. The viewers noticed that the figure resembled the Grim Reaper, a harbinger of death perhaps, but the most chilling thing of all is that Jess revealed that the next day one of her patients lost their life. Was it just a simple and terrifying coincidence, or did the camera capture something much more sinister? What do you think? It all started like an ordinary morning on April 19th, 2023 in Barley County, Idaho. Anna Gibson was taking care of her newborn upstairs. Downstairs, her oldest daughter was playing alone. Anna heard the dogs barking but decided to ignore them, thinking it was just the mailman. Big mistake. Pay close attention. The man, later identified as Brian Vergara, found the door open and entered without hesitation. Notice how naturally he walks down the hallway, meets the girl, they talk for a few seconds, and then he does the unthinkable. He picks her up. What was going through his mind at that moment? Fortunately, after a few seconds of unbearable tension, he puts her down and leaves. But the worst was yet to be discovered. Vergara was not just a simple vagrant. That very morning, he had brutally assaulted a 68-year-old woman and threatened another woman with death. He was even carrying a kitchen knife. Anna's husband saw the alert on his cell phone while at work and wrote to her, "Who is that man in our house?" Can you imagine the chill that ran down his spine? Vergara has been sentenced to 40 years in prison. In this year, 2026, justice took care of him. But the trauma for the Gibson family won't be erased by a sentence. Tell me, do you leave the door open while you're at home? You shouldn't do that. Let's travel to Morca, Colombia. After a small landslide on the mountain, the locals were completely paralyzed, looking up. Pay close attention to the rock.
Let me tell you something. We were coming down already from Morca, and we saw some people gathered here, and look. The little virgin appeared. Look at her. Very well. And it's natural, isn't it?
Well, that's what it was. As I said, if it were a tombstone, it would have faded away.
Yeah, of course it would have faded away.
If you remember when the kids went out a little while ago. But people are going up there too.
You can clearly see a giant, perfectly sculpted face appearing on this rock. The locals claim to see the Virgin Mary. They say there has never been a sculptor in their village. Tell me, what do you think? Can nature be frighteningly precise? This remains a complete mystery. Finding a cheap rental is everyone's dream these days, until you find out why it's so cheap. Anthony Yamada, a content creator from Japan, was showing a 4-bedroom house in Fukuoka that cost him only $760 a month. Something about that place was too good to be true, but look closely at the end of the hallway, and you'll discover why. Anthony calmly narrates the advantages of this house, but behind a translucent Japanese-style wall, a dark shadow slides by. The silhouette stops, as if someone were there, standing, listening and watching Anthony's every move. Seconds later, he checks behind the wall and there is absolutely no one. The house was completely empty. Obviously, the comments came quickly. The low price was hiding a very macabre secret. It was a trick of the lights. Or maybe there was an invisible tenant sharing the house. Tell me, would you rent this place, knowing what's hiding behind the wallpaper? Imagine it's the middle of the night. You look through the digital peephole and see your neighbor dragging something heavy, wrapped in a cloth. What would you do? Would you call the police, or would you think it's just a simple move? In Lancaster, California, this image was the key to solving the murder of Sheila Gutierrez. Her husband, Josimar, told everyone that she had left him, or that immigration had taken her, but it was all a lie. The condominium's camera recorded the exact moment when he took his wife's body out to abandon it in a forest. Josimar fled to Mexico and then to Peru with his 3 children. But the eye of the camera had already sentenced him. He was extradited and now awaits his life sentence. If it weren't for this home recording, this predator would still be free. Security cameras in an office. A girl working alone until very late. Something completely normal, apparently, until physics stops working. Take a good look at that. Without a doubt, it's something completely crazy. The chair has been moved by something invisible, but she's still sitting in the air without realizing it. When she finally reacts, panic takes over her, and she runs away completely terrified. What invisible force was holding her up and moved that heavy piece of furniture without making any noise? It may seem like a silly clip and something that can be easily staged, but the reality is that never ever did anyone set foot in that office at night again. As we've seen many times before, animals have a sixth sense for detecting what we can't see. A woman was suddenly awakened by her dog's desperate barking. It wasn't playful. Without a doubt, it was an urgent warning. When she recorded toward the dark yard, her breath simply stopped. A tall, shadowy figure stood motionless in the darkness, with an unmistakably human silhouette. But even that wasn't the worst part. The following night, the nightmare crossed the door of her own home. Listen to this and look at the screen.
Hi everyone, that noise again. It's keeping me company today, but now I'm alone, and I can still hear a noise downstairs, and honestly, I don't know. Oh, with pain in my... Sora. Sora, get up! I know, Neda!
The camera focuses on the base of a wooden staircase. Suddenly, some long and extremely pale fingers slide out from under the step, curving upward as if something were trying to crawl out from the depths of the darkness. She ran to confront it, but when she arrived, it had already vanished. No one knows what happened afterward, nor what that thing was. If you saw this in your own house, would you open that door? It's always been said that animals can see things we can't, and in this short clip, a dog barks at an invisible entity. Is it real, or is it AI? The line is definitely getting thinner and less distinguishable. But what happened to Celeste? Now that's something that can't be explained by technology. Celeste had been home alone for 3 days, hearing dragging noises, so she decided to record with her phone to calm herself down.
Like over there. No way, no way, no way. Ah, no way, no way. I'm getting scared, I swear I'm shaking. Ah, no, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, oh no way, no way. I'm dying. I'm out here outside the house and I'm scared.
First, it catches an object that falls off the shelf all by itself, but that's easy to explain. It could just be gravity. However, look in the background, there's a dark silhouette peeking out. Celeste says she slept on the street that night. Tell me, would you have stayed to find out what it was? Joey and his family had only been in their new apartment for 6 months when the noises started. Creaking doors, closets closing by themselves. But one afternoon, the terror became impossible to ignore. Joey was feeding his cats when he heard music coming from his own son's room. It was a toy piano that was playing all by itself.
My wife and I have been living in this apartment for about 6 months. For the past 2 weeks, strange things have been happening in our son's room. Well, I wasn't going to record, but I came to feed the cats. We have 2 cats, so I came to feed them. And I noticed that in his room, my son's room, that's one of my cats. I can hear his toy, and it was on the floor. It's making noise right now, and I don't know why. I didn't leave it on, but even if I had left it on,
I'll turn it off.
even if I turned it on, it wouldn't play automatically. You'd have to, even if I brush the keys, it doesn't really work, so you'd have to actually press the button. There you go. And it wasn't on, and I could hear it. That's why I started recording, and now I'm looking around. There are things knocked over. This plant, this fake plant is knocked over. There are books on the floor, wipes on the floor. I don't know what's going on, and there's no one here. I'm here alone. There's nothing here. Did you see that? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Someone just passed by the window, and I'll go out and show you that there's no one here. This door is locked. This is the door you're looking at. This door is locked. There's nothing out here, nothing out here. There's a closet door. This one is locked too. I don't think we've ever opened it. It's always been locked. Strange things happen, strange things happen.
Joey records in fear. He explains that the toy requires physical pressure to make a sound. In the room, there are plants knocked over and books all over the floor. And suddenly the camera catches a huge dark shadow slowly passing by the window on the balcony, a closed balcony, almost 4 meters high. That same night, the baby monitor security camera sent a motion alert.
Look very closely.
And then, that mist. Or maybe the trailer falls. What's going on? There's no one there. What's going on?
Everyone was outside the house. But in the recording, the rocking chair in the corner started to move. A gentle but steady rocking, as if someone was sitting in it. And suddenly, a pack of wipes flies off the dresser to the floor, thrown as if by an invisible hand. Joey and his family left the apartment a few days later. Tell me, would you have lasted that long? A TikToker records a clown dragging what appears to be a body in a park. He sees her and follows her to her own house.
No!
Should I call someone?
He called the police, but they told him that without any kind of attack, they couldn't do anything. A few days later, the clown left a toy at his door. The scariest thing about this case is that the girl stopped posting, and the last video published on her account was recorded by the clown himself.
It's a dirty world. You live in a damn hopeless world. Honestly, I feel like I hope to keep them away from the crap, urine, and vomit on the streets. I hope to take them somewhere clean.
What happened to this girl remains a complete and dark mystery to this day. This is one of the most disturbing cases. Laura is at home with her children. Her husband and her eldest son are out of town, and suddenly someone knocks on the bedroom door.
It's me.
Who is me? Aren't you at your friend's sleepover? Who are you? What do you want? There's food in the microwave. Go to bed.
The voice says, "It's me, your son." But Laura's instinct screams that he's lying. Demons need an invitation to enter, and this entity is perfectly imitating her son's voice to get it. Listen closely to the knock. The door almost came off its hinges from the force of such a creature when it was rejected. When she opened it, the hallway was empty.
Claudio? Claudio? Claudio?
Imagine for a moment that you're home alone. It's 9:35 at night. Everything is way too quiet until you start hearing a muffled cry. That's what happened to this man. And that's why he started recording to prove that the sound wasn't coming from the television.
Paranormal en mi casa.
Well, I'm watching a movie. It's almost 10 at night. I heard things over there in the kitchen and all these upper drawers. Open and well. And I know nothing's going to happen today, but... Oh my God. I saw something in the kitchen. There's something in the kitchen.
Estoy hecha un bodío. Es cierto. Es la verdad.
Those drawers are moving by themselves.
Escuché lo que pasó, Tessa. No, lo lamento mucho. Si fueras mi hija, te diría que lo usaras.
The man walks slowly, and suddenly, one of the kitchen cabinet doors slams shut with brutal force. He takes a few steps back, completely scared, and bam! Another cabinet slams shut right in front of him, and then a third one, as if the entity were enraged by his presence. Trying to stay calm, the man opens the doors, and they are completely empty. There are no drafts, And there are no animals either. Whatever was there, it didn't want to keep hiding anymore. Honestly, this gave me goosebumps. But tell me, what would you do if your own kitchen came to life? Thanks for watching the video up to this point. Only the brave make it this far. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more horror. Have some good nightmares.